So what was that?
Something stinks over here.
Does it?
Yeah. Is it the bilge pump?
Where do you think it came from?
I mean, I'm hoping it's that.
Let's take a look, shall we?
Okay. Mystery stink. It's either that or your shower towel.
My pants.
Tess is peeking around.
We say Tess.
She's gone.
Coming around the other side. Well, hello.
Hello.
What do you have to say for yourself? It's hot up here. That's what she has to say. I'm going to find some shade. Let's see.
You know it's on?
Do I know what's on?
Yeah.
Yes, it is on.
What if you like wrap the legs on either side of the lip of it? Yeah, you're an engineer. You'll figure it out. I can trust you. Nice spider.
Yeah, well, hopefully that's a decent angle for everybody. Alright, so this is the flapper part of the pump that I have disconnected. And I have removed all of the two old flapper pieces, which I can show you. This one goes here. And there's one that goes on this side that I had soaking because it was full of salt. That one goes over there. And these rubber pieces both need to be replaced because you can see how it doesn't really close anymore. So we'll get these all cleaned up. I'm soaking them in just regular water to get the salt off of them right now. And this is the old piece. You can see the rubber is a bit deformed. So we'll get that replaced with the replacement kit that you can get from Oil. It's one of these guys. Gusher 10 service kit. Neoprene. It's got all the little bits in there. As well as probably some instructions I should have read in the first place. I didn't. Still haven't opened it. Hopefully I've got all the bits I need.
Bits and bobbles.
Bits and bobbles, pieces and parts. So I was realizing as I was cleaning this up that I've got a bunch of holes where these bolts need to go, and they got grody when I started like scraping and cleaning up these surfaces because they had a lot of salt corrosion. So now I need to figure out how I'm going to get it out of those tiny little holes. And I'm thinking I got two options. I will either probably hit it with a vacuum first, see if I can suck it out. And if that doesn't work, then I will need to attach like a little tiny straw to an air compressor maybe and blow it out. So I think I'm going to hit pause for a second while I go get that stuff, and we'll be back. We're back. I decided to clean up the face a little bit more before I bother sucking the holes out, because might as well do that step once because it's going to be a pain. Just trying to get this so that a nice rubber seal will go in there. There's a bit of pitting just from probably 20-30 years of sitting in here. So. Get it all cleaned up. Of course, all of this is halfway in the locker here, so it's always a pain in the butt to get your arms where they need to be to actually be able to use tools properly. But here we are. Okay, we'll call that good. And time for some vacuuming. And back to the project. Okay. Get a Q-tip to stick down in those holes. recording smellophone. For those that are familiar with Futurama.
Is that a thing?
There's a TV show, animated, that some pre-millennials would understand. Some millennials too.
Boomers?
No, post-boomer.
Post-boomer, pre-millennial.
Yep. That mysterious in-between generation that no one seems to remember.
What was it called?
It's called the X.
Huh? Gen X?
Gen Xer.
Oh yeah, was that Gen X?
Between the boomers and the... Yeah, anyway. Yeah, so there was a show called Futurama.
Oh.
And on that show was a smellophone. And it allowed you to stick these two prongs up your nose. And then it was like a telescope looking thing.
Whoa.
And so you could smell things from other planets. So like you'd point it at, I don't know, like a sulfurous planet, and you'd be like, ooh, that stinks. And then you point it.
The show that had the giant blue jay on it?
Giant blue jay. No, maybe. Yeah, I think there is in one scene a blue jay.
Who's the main character?
It was not a main character. The blue jay was like a side character. No, it was Professor Farnsworth, a robot named Bender, Cyclops.
Who's barking at you, Dad? Sounds like a little dog.
What do you have to say about that?
Who's barking at you?
Yeah, is there a dog over there?
I heard it.
Puff, 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 puff. Alright, well, that may be clean enough.
First pretty day in a week.
Alright, let's try putting these screws back in. You tell us about it, Tess. You tell us. She knows she's not supposed to be barking, so she's half barking.
Just a crop. Let them know she's here.
Really what I should do is I should go see if I have the right size tap for this. Clean the threads out. Do it the right way. Alright, I'll go get that. Yeah, I can bring you all with me. So, every time you need a new tool, if it's not sitting here on the floor, you have to navigate around, don't fall in the hole, and then work your way out here. Of course, that's not enough to just stand out, you have to crawl out. That then positions you out here where Tess is guarding the boatyard. And you work your way around this narrow spit. Good handhold over here, so you don't fall off down there. And don't disconnect the power. You've got one handhold going down this ladder here, because the other side is way too far away. So just make sure you hold on to that. Tess will want to try and climb on you as you're going down, so don't let that happen. Then you come down these steps, come around here, and attempt to find your tap set, which, this is my spare drill bits. Yeah, it's another glue case we're looking for. Probably on the bottom. Let's see, not electrical. Right. There we go, there's the tap set. Probably to find out that I don't have a small enough one. Or I do, but not in metric. That might be right. Alright, we'll take it up there. Let's see. And you bring your tools. fall off the back of the truck. And back up the ladder. Here and probably find out that I've got the wrong size, but a diggity dog. That might be it. 8NC32, so that's 32. And the way you check these for the thread is just see if the threads line up. I don't know if you can see that, but if they line up, and you kind of slide them side to side, then you're good. So let's see what happens here. You're not want to use the wrong size one. So if they don't seem to be going, stop. The thing is that this is not very deep, so even if it is the right one, which it does feel like it is, there's just not that many threads in there. One on the back's a little bit deeper. This whole casing is in aluminum, so not super strong and pretty likely to corrode, so keep that in mind when you're fussing. There's a handle that will be too long to actually use on this, so I'm just doing it finger strength. That also means that if I encounter metal, I won't dork up the threads too much.
Exactly, Kenny? Just replacing the hose for the Bilge pump?
No, we're not replacing the hose. We're rebuilding the bilge pump.
Fully rebuilding it.
New rubber gaskets all around and new seals.
But we initially were just going to replace the hose, right?
Well, I had the rebuild kit. I was hoping I didn't need to do it, but when we did a pressure check, the pump was not priming itself. This is about 6 feet above where the pickup is for the bilge, so it has to have an airtight seal to be able to actually pump from the bilge to suck the water up to the pump. So that means it's got to be a really nice, good, clean seal, and then out. And once it primes, the water tightness, will be great. But if you can't get water up to the pump, then it doesn't start pumping at all. And so that's a problem, obviously, if you have water in your bilge rising and you can't pump it out. Of course, this is a redundant system. In addition to this, I have 2 electric pumps. So this is really like last resort. Something happens with the batteries and we don't have any power and we're sinking. So it's the oh shit time. Backup for the backup. Okay. So this is stuff. Hef gel. tubs. It also comes in other ways. Anytime you have two different types of metal together, you should put it in between the layers. You don't need much, just enough to cook the surfaces. Okay. So that is now ready for reassembly. Probably play this part back a little bit faster. So it looks like I'm moving faster. Even if I'm not moving faster. So you're going to get little snippets as I hit record with no battery. But we got the back flapper on, and that closes up nicely. And now we're reattaching with the new screws. This piece. Okay, we're back. Got the battery charger going. And so got that plate installed, and now we're going to install the other bit. Screwdriver. So I got a little tough gel on these so that we will be anti-seize. Just snug. I don't think you want to over tighten these because then you'll never get them out when you need to service it. But that is good to go, I believe. Alright. Next up. Actually, before we do that. Water.
Dump it?
No, there's stuff in here I need. Do not wash the baby out with the wash.
Throw the baby out with the bath water. Wash the baby. What did you say? A Kennyism.
There's many of them.
There's so many. What was it we were trying to figure out yesterday? Not the early bird gets the worm, but like something similar, like the fortune favors the
bold.
The bold.
Except that we were saying various other things, not that.
Luck favors the...
Luck favors the ambitious or something, or luck favors the...
We couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, we tried a bunch of different
I
ones.
don't even know if fortune favors the bold is correct. That was better than what we had going.
Luck. No, there is, yeah, there's a
Maybe
phrase.
luck favors the... No. It is fortune favors.
sleeve inside of it. You can kind of see it poking out there. And there's the bolt. It's got a washer on either side. Comes through this way. But to get it, you gotta kind of work this around like a so. Oh, it goes in a lot easier than it came out. Look at that. Work on that for 20 minutes with a piece of wire brush and PB blaster and nice and soft. So this is the most interesting lock washer I think I've ever seen. It's like cut. So it's not a real lock washer. I don't know if that's going to focus or not, but if you look there, it's actually sliced 90 degrees. First I've seen that. Seemed to be working as a lock washer. It's just surprised. Right, come on, fingers. On there. No cross-threading allowed.
£4.
How we doing? You getting sore yet?
It's a 4-pound sledgehammer.
That's right. How are your muscles feeling?
Doing some curls.
I see that.
I think that's enough of that.
One set. 5 reps. That was more than 5. 6 or 7. See how cruel I am to her, folks? No remorse.
It's the cruel guy. Just kidding.
No, she's not.
Warning, wear safety goggles. At all times?
Yes.
No matter what?
Yes, as soon as you get out of bed, put your safety goggles on.
Seems ambiguous.
For reliability.
Like, are there different... What are the weight ranges for sledgehammers? Now I need to know. So it's a 4-pound one.
They go up to 16 or so.
Really?
Yeah, I've got an 8-pound sludge.
Dang.
Truck. That's about as big as they get with a short handle like that. You start getting up into like
What's it pointed in for?
for splitting stuff. Skulls and rocks. Occasional cinder block.
Just like everyday use. Got it. Tesla. She's a Tesla. Okay. You getting some sunshine? Is that one of...
I don't know where that bone came from. She found it somewhere on one of our walks. So I assume it's like some leftover bone from Roy's dog.
Okay.
What's Roy's dog's name?
Calabasas? No, it's not right. Something like that.
Tallahassee.
Kabushki?
Kabushki.
Kambuski. Wait.
No. No, it's none of those.
Punkatuski?
You're getting closer.
Something like that.
Tallahassee?
Something like that. Like Punkatuski.
No, it's
Anyway, it's a Catahoula.
yes, that's the breed.
Catahoula. Full-bred Catahoula. Kind of looks like a Doberman, but the head's a little bigger.
Definitely a quick dog.
Oh yeah.
Very fast.
Some slick fur. Like almost fully black, a little bit of brown. Punxsutawney Phil? No, that's not it.
Almost. Alright, a little Andy C's on there, and we are good.
What should we eat for dinner?
Got that chicken marinating.
Yeah. Oh. You gonna put it on the grill?
Sure.
Bones and all?
That's right.
Plucked it out of the river, just gonna put it, just kidding.
As I do.
The seagull you found earlier? Is that
Nature's
even legal?
chicken.
Is it even legal to eat a seagull? I don't even know if it is.
Yes, it's legal to eat a seagull. You can,
Really?
unless it's a protected animal, you can pretty much eat any animal you want. There's no.
They're about as big as chickens.
I'm unaware of any legal restrictions on
It's probably gross.
eating
Like a squirrel or something.
squirrels. Squirrels are definitely consumable. Squirrels are pretty delicious, actually.
Okay.
Alright, I'm going to just slide this.
For vegan audience today.
I'm not going to reach for you. Feel along this lip, make sure got good coverage. This tightens up, creates a good seal.